It's April 11th, 2026. The Emirates Stadium, North London, 12:30 in the afternoon. The red shirts are everywhere. Arsenal are 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League with just 7 games to go. For the first time in 22 years, the title is theirs to lose. And that right there is the most dangerous sentence in football. The opposition, Bournemouth, a club from a seaside town in Dorset, a club that spent most of their existence bouncing between the 3rd and 4th tiers like a rubber duck in a washing machine. They're 13th in the table. Their job today, in theory, is to show up, give Arsenal a warm Saturday run out and quietly disappear back down the M3, in theory. Before the match, Mikel Arteta stands in front of the press, composed, measured. He says, "The closer we get, the importance of the match increases. Tomorrow is a big day for us." He wants to pile pressure on Manchester City, who played Chelsea the day after. A win today makes it 12 points clear. He wants to send a message. Arsenal always want to send a message. Unfortunately, today, the message gets lost in the post. Kick-off, Arsenal in red, Bournemouth in black. The Emirates is buzzing, and for the first 20 minutes, Arsenal are fine. Not spectacular, fine. Like a man at a job interview who's convinced he's getting the role just because he owns the right tie. Declan Rice, making his 100th appearance for the club, fires 2 shots tamely wide. The crowd groans. But it's early. There's time. Just before the break, the goal. The ball reaches Rice on the edge of the box. He shapes, he shoots, bottom corner. The Emirates erupts. Rice wheels away, arms out, grinning like a man who's just realised his mortgage might actually get paid off. 1-0. On his 100th appearance, the narrative writes itself. Or so everyone thinks. Arteta in the dugout, arms folded, nodding, satisfied. He looks like a man who's been told his food is on the way. Half-time. 1-0. In the Bournemouth dressing room, manager Andoni Iraola is calm. He has a plan. Because Iraola always has a plan. He points to something everyone in football has noticed this season. Arsenal are vulnerable from set pieces, specifically at home. 4 set-piece goals conceded in their last 3 Premier League games at the Emirates. 4 in 3 games. But Arsenal's set pieces are their biggest weapon. So surely nobody would dare try to beat them at their own game. Right? The second half begins. Bukayo Saka hammers a shot just wide of the top corner. Almost. The Emirates holds its breath. 1-0 is always a nervous scoreline. 1-0 is football's version of "I'll text you later." Everyone knows what happens next. And yet Arsenal fans allow themselves to relax. The 3 points are on the horizon. They can almost taste them. And that's when it happens. Antoine Semenyo. Out on the right flank, he doesn't cross, he doesn't dribble, he picks it up and throws it, a long throw. The ball arcs through the air like a particularly aggressive seagull heading for the far post. And there, rising above everyone, is Dean Huyson, 20 years old, 6'4". He nods it into the far corner. The Arsenal fans are silent. The Bournemouth players sprint to the corner flag. 1-1. The Emirates is stunned. 60,000 people who were leaning back are now leaning forward with their heads in their hands. Arsenal push, and then just 8 minutes later, 8 minutes, it happens again. Alex Scott whips in a corner, Marcus Tavernier flicks it on at the near post, and Evan Nilsson, arriving unmarked at the back post like he's just stepped out of a taxi, bundles it home. 2-1, Bournemouth at the Emirates. Bournemouth's first ever win here in over a century of trying. VAR steps in, a potential handball by Evan Nilsson before the goal. The whole stadium freezes, players are staring at screens, Arteta is staring at the 4th official. Arsenal fans dare to believe, and the verdict? No conclusive evidence, goal stands 2-1 Bournemouth, and Arteta's face says everything his press conference manners will not allow his mouth to say. Arsenal throw everything at it. Gyökeres is on, Odegaard is pulling strings, Rice is driving forward, and Bournemouth's keeper Georgia Petrovic is making saves like a man who has been specifically sent from the future to ruin this particular afternoon. Rice drills one from distance, Petrovic tips it over, the Emirates roars. But time is running out, ticking down like Arsenal's title hopes. Slowly, then all at once. Full time, Arsenal 1, Bournemouth 2. The Bournemouth players pile on each other like they've won the Champions League. And maybe in their world, they have. This is their first ever win at the Emirates. In over 100 years of trying, they did it in the middle of Arsenal's title run-in, on Arsenal's patch, using Arsenal's own weapon against them. The irony is so thick you could spread it on toast and serve it at half-time. Post-match, Arteta faces the cameras. He says, "I've just seen a few images. It looks different to the decision, but they made that decision." He is, of course, talking about the handball. What he is not addressing directly is the broader question the entire country is now asking. How does the team with the best set-piece record in the league just concede twice from set pieces at home in a title run-in? Arsenal's greatest strength has become, quite spectacularly, their greatest weakness. Let's zoom out, because the context here is brutal. Arsenal entered today 9 points clear. Had they won, it would have been 12. 12 points. At that point, you need a catastrophe to blow the title. Instead, they lose, and now City, who play Chelsea tomorrow, can cut the gap to 6. 6 points. With a direct head-to-head at the Etihad on April the 19th, the mathematics of this title race just shifted like sand under somebody's very expensive Italian shoes. It gets richer. This isn't just the league. Arsenal have a Champions League semi-final coming. PSG away next week, and Arteta played a full-strength 11 today against 13th place Bournemouth. With all of that on the horizon, no rotation, no rest, full commitment to a game he could not afford to lose. There's brave, and then there's whatever the word is for what this was. I'm not sure we've invented it yet. Here's what this means in the grand sweep of things. Arsenal are chasing their first league title in 22 years. 22. The last time they won it, most of the current squad were still watching Teletubbies. They have been close before, achingly close. The heartbreak of 2023, the near misses, the what ifs, and now with the finish line in sight, they've handed Bournemouth a historic result and personally invited Manchester City back into the conversation, as you do. The Etihad, April the 19th, Arsenal versus Manchester City. 8 days away, win it and Arsenal are back in control. Lose it, and this title race becomes genuinely terrifying, as if Arteta needed more reasons to stare at the ceiling at 3 in the morning, running through set-piece routines, trying to figure out how his team, the team famous for set pieces, just got done twice from dead balls by Bournemouth. The rubber duck, it's still going round. There's a version of this story where Arsenal win 1-0, go 12 points clear, and it's a procession. Where Rice's 100th appearance becomes folklore. Where Arteta lifts the trophy at the Emirates in May, finally glassy-eyed. But football doesn't do versions. Football does the version where Bournemouth haven't won here in 100 years, and then they pick today to sort that out. Football is a sport specifically designed to make you feel things you'd rather not feel. So here we are, April the 11th, 20s and 26. Arsenal first in the table, 6 points clear, still in the Champions League, still in control of their own destiny. The title is absolutely theirs to win, but it is also now theirs to lose again. And if you've watched Arsenal over the last 22 years, really watched them, you know those two sentences are not the same thing. Not even close. The Bournemouth flag is flying in Dorset tonight. And somewhere in North London, Mikel Arteta is watching set-piece footage on a loop, and he is absolutely fine.